Upvoting Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. and anime and manga contributor to Bounding into Comics, and isekai is possible when you got the Union Mafia on your side, even for a bunch of fucking shitty-ass translators. But before I get into this story, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and I am just a one woman and somewhere around here, one Kitty operation struggling to keep a roof over our heads and praying to the anime and manga gods that me and Kitty aren't going to be homeless and sleeping on the street. But if you love what we're doing, you want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be live reactions or news and analysis and probably a rant like this video. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the links to the Twitter, the demands, and the interview I'm going to be using up in this video. So, yes, the shitty translators that trans a cross-dressing male in, I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl, and also, I have been going over another Seven Seas localization, and I've been tweeting, or live tweeting it, and yeah, there's a lot of fucking woke localization up in this series as well. So, you motherfuckers think you should deserve to be in a union? I wonder why. Well, let's get to these demands, too. And we're going to see this brief interview as well. Yeah, this interview that with the United Workers of Seven Seas. Oh, it's going to be eye-opening to boot. And we're going to talk about these tactics that your fucking sheep used to as well. Oh, man. But anyways, let's get to these demands first, because motherfucker, they pissed me off, and they pissed off my mom and my dad, who worked for unions. Just saying. Especially my mom, who's a nurse, a part of the nurses union. She did not like these demands at all. All right, let's read this shit. Seven Seas Entertainment is the #1 independent publisher of manga, dame, and light novels in the U.S. Wrong, you're not. No. If we're talking about manga, you're not. Guess who's #1? Viz is. #2 is Kodansha, and #3 is Yen Press. If we're including light novels and dame in the mix, Yen Press is ahead of you, bitch. So you are wrong. Do your research. Shit, I covered it on this channel. And I'm hoping another company gonna come and rise out and whoop your ass. And guess what, Seven Seas? You're gonna probably lose your shit if Manga Plus starts simulpubbing certain series. Anyways, the company has grown exponentially since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, or Corona-sama. But with rapid growth comes growing pains. And we, the workers of Seven Seas, have been shouldering much of that pain. Yes, shouldering much of that pain of mistranslating manga and light novels. And I don't know if they're doing that to Dame. Let me know in the comments. We find ourselves overworked, underpaid, and we not currently receive the benefits otherwise typical of the publishing industry. Motherfucker, you don't deserve shit until you start translating accurately. We are dedicated to producing and also you work from home, so knock this shit off. We are dedicated to producing a broad range of high quality. You don't produce high quality content. Give me a fucking break for our readers. But the only way we could do it is if our You ain't doing shit. Give me a goddamn break. You ain't doing shit. I know scan leaders. I know scanlation groups that are doing better quality work than you are. Shit, I'm comparing your ass to a scanlation group right now with the manga that I'm live tweeting. Shit. The Ethling scans did a better job than your ass did. They exposed your ass. Give me a fucking break. And they're doing it for free. For these reasons, we have formed United Workers of Seven Seas. We are invoking our right to organize and administer a vote to form a union, which passed. We are working closely with Communication Workers of America, who have helped organize and represent other workers in the entertainment and publishing industry. As a union, we seek to negotiate better working conditions. You work from home for both Seven Seas employees and many freelancers who make this company what it is. This really makes me mad, especially after what the interview with the professional translator that I had. I'm gonna tweet. I gotta message them this. Now that the vote has happened, I'm gonna message him this shit because he's been telling the professional translator that I interviewed. He was saying that the Japanese to English translators in Japan are getting paid barely anything, and I'm just like, really? You motherfuckers think you deserve shit, and you're doing shitty ass translations when this motherfucker here is doing better, has to edit your fucking mistakes, and he's getting paid like less than you are. Oh God. You need support from me. Okay, this shit really pissed me off. I'm gonna read these and then I'm gonna rant on it. Oh my God. I'm trying not to make this video long. I'm really trying, but goddamn, this shit makes me mad. I can't be stressed right now. Thank God Therapy Kitty is in my lap. He can sense I'm stressed. Healthcare, paid leave, and pension benefits. Seven Seas does not currently offer any job benefits. New hires have been told the benefits are imminent for the past year, and we demand to have them implemented as soon as possible. Healthcare, pension benefits, and paid family leave, including... I know, Katrina, I know you're probably behind this shit too. Based on what I've heard, you and your fucking Mafia are probably behind this shit. God. There's a translator... I'm telling you, when you read the article I have with the interviews with the translators... Bitch, there's a translator mafia, and I know these bitches are behind this shit. Ugh. Family crisis and bereavement must be made available to all employees of Seven Seas Entertainment. For non-U.S. based employees, a stipend must be made available for individuals to invest in personal health insurance plans. Reproductive health care. Yeah, this got added today. In the wake of the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Dobb versus Jackson's Women's Health Organization, which eliminated the constitutional right of abortion, we demand that Seven Seas set up a reproductive health travel fund available. Okay, this really makes me mad. I have to talk about this. Accessible to all employees and U.S.-based freelancers to states where reproductive health care remains available. You motherfuckers have no right to talk about women's rights when you motherfuckers body shame women, you censor women, and you do all this stupid shit. You are so full of crap. Don't talk to me. I know you motherfuckers are women too, but don't give me this shit that you care about women's rights when you censor women in the fucking manga. Shit, you censored a female mangaka by changing her freaking, a Tokonoko character. Oh my God, I fucking butchered that. Whatever. You changed that, a cross-dressing character into a goddamn transgender girl. So give me a fucking break that you care about women's rights when you stifle and censor women's voices for your political voices. Shit, you block people, whether they're female or not, but you do block people that disagree with you instead of having a conversation. You don't want to have a discussion, you just block. Pieces of shit. Oh God, these people piss me off. I will talk about the healthcare benefits in a second, the rest of this in a second, but that shit really pisses me off. These fucking companies say they care about women's rights. You don't care about women's rights when you slap beautiful women with an ugly stick, hide their titties, and make them look more masculine. You don't do that shit. You don't care about, and you also silence them. Give me a goddamn break. Paid time off, vacation, and holiday breaks. Seven Seas currently has no PTO policy. Employees are expected to be available in the you're in a virtual fucking office at all times, or work extra hours to make up for our sick time and vacation. We must have sick time, vacation time, paid days off on federal holidays, and paid Christmas break and time off during regular printing press closures. Okay. I'm going to read this one on increased wages and transparent increased structure. And then I'm going to go off on these motherfuckers. They piss me off so much. This is why I'm calling them entitled brats. And I showed, minus the Supreme Court case shit, I showed this shit to my mom and she got pissed. Increased wage and transparent increased structure. Wages must be immediately increased to fair industry standards according to each employee's role and experience. Cost of living increases must be made annually and merit increases implemented as an acknowledgement of good work. You don't deserve shit! You don't deserve shit! You do not do good work! You don't do good work! But I don't know if again, let me know if they do other shitty work and I will expose their asses. I will write, because I'm writing articles exposing these motherfuckers' asses. Please let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up in the comments. Especially hit me up on Twitter with panels, with titles of series, and I will get to it. I will expose these fuckers. I'm tired of this shit. They are abusing the union system. A lot of motherfuckers are. It makes me mad. Because the union really helped my mom when she was getting screwed over. Okay? So, like, there is a time and a place for unions. Like, for nurses, for auto workers are the best examples. Like, people that for firefighters and police officers. Like, people that actually put their lives on the line. You motherfuckers don't deserve shit. I will say this, Japanese animators in Japan, they deserve a union more than you fuckers do. Because they are getting overworked. Those fuckers are more overworked than you are. But, oh God, okay. But let me talk about the benefits here. About the healthcare, paid leave, and pension benefits. In regards to a pension, it's called a 401k and a Roth IRA. You know you could take part of your wages. I have an IRA, by the way. It's called taking part of your wages. And you don't have to take that much. You could take $20. You could take $100 out of your paycheck, put it in an IRA, and invest in some stock. Because that's what a pension really is. Invest. Or have someone else do it for you. Like a company do it for you. And personally, it's better to do it yourself. And then, there you go. You're saving money for your retirement. That's a pension. You don't need Seven Seas to do that for you when you could do it yourself. Now, for healthcare, I mean, it depends, all right? But healthcare, you shouldn't, if you're working full-time, here's my thing with healthcare. If you're working full-time for a certain period of time, then yes, you should be getting healthcare. That's fine. But if you're working part-time there, then why should they give you healthcare? There's no reason for this. This isn't a government job. It's the same thing with the paid time off and vacation holiday breaks. You should not be getting paid time off on a federal holiday. You don't work for the fucking government, you stupid entitled assholes. God damn. And paid family leave? Motherfucker, you work from a virtual office. God damn. Like, paid family leave, I can understand to an extent. Sure. Fine. But family crises, fine. And bereavement, fine. I can understand that shit, okay? That I can understand. But, like, for paid leave in general, you're supposed to earn that, you stupid fuck. You are not automatically given that shit. Hopefully you're going to negotiate it, but the automatic increased wages for cost of living, that's understandable, okay? That is. But just to be automatically given that shit, it kind of frustrates me. It feels like, oh, I'm entitled to that shit just because I work here. Just because I've been working here for like over a year. It's like, what? Where is Seven Seas getting this money from? Because if Seven Seas keeps using you fuckers who aren't doing a good job, and based on what I found out from this translator, that you are a bunch of entitled assholes, and because you are a bunch of pushovers and have gotten very complacent, that seems to be the case. You don't deserve shit. You don't. If anything, you deserve to be fired. You're lucky you have a goddamn job at these publishers. The publishers are smart. They'd fire your asses and hire these scanlators. The fan scanlators that actually dedicate all this time and effort to translating, they do a better job than your ass does, and they don't put their fucking politics in there. I will say, though, that in regards to some, though, it's like the Togenaki translators, they will put memes in the translation sometimes, and it is kind of funny. They've been like putting little Morbius memes in there, and it is fucking hilarious, and I live for it. Like, if you're doing that kind of shit as like a joke, that's different. I get a kick out of it. It's hilarious. No, some people don't. I'm the purist to an extent, okay? Anyways. But you're talking about fair industry standards. Motherfucker, what are you talking about? What about the Japanese publishers? And also, you said it yourself. This is an independent publisher. There's not that many employees here, for one thing. And also, you know where that money is coming from? It's going to be coming from the consumer, who, guess what? It's not going to pay for your shitty-ass book. They're just going to sail the high seas, and you're going to bring the publisher down. And guess what? If based on the reader survey that I saw, if Manga Plus does what I hope they do, you're fucked anyway. I really hope Manga Plus does what I'm thinking they're doing. I hope they take your licenses away. I do. You don't deserve shit. I'm telling you right now, if you do put out a censored version of an Ayakashi Triangle, it's going to get back to Mamayama, and your asses are screwed. Anyways. I hate these entitled assholes. I do. I know this is going to be a long-ass rant, but motherfucker, these people piss me off. All right, reasonable workloads and no more crunch. Many employees are overloaded or burnt out due to high workloads and lack of support. We demand an end to crunch schedules, and the working overtime weekends or holidays be counted as time in lieu. This right here. This is why I didn't want this union based off your shitty-ass translations. We demand Weingarten rights and an end to both at will employment and unnecessary permalancing. You motherfuckers should be fired for your shitty-ass translations. But based off what I heard with your fucking Mafia, you're not going to get fired for your shitty-ass translations unless we hold your asses accountable. Us as fans, us as consumers, we gotta hold your asses accountable. It's up to us to do it. It's up to us with our wallets to do it. It's up to us to, in regards to the Japanese publishers, it depends. With Momoyama, in regards to the Shueisha, Momoyama is pretty chill. Just don't be an asshole. So, like, if Kimono Jihen is censored, or shit, I'm gonna tweet Momoyama about this shit. I'm very concerned for Kimono Jihen. I already tweeted Momoyama about Monosehe no Slave. I'm not happy with this. I am not. That's the Empress, though. That's a whole different story. But I'm worried. I'm really worried. Don't tweet the mangaka. Tweet the publisher. Or if you know who the editor is, like I do, tweet the editor. Just don't be an asshole and provide evidence. Trust me, you guys are fucked. Protections and benefits for freelancers. None of you freelancers, and I know I'm looking at you, Katrina. You don't deserve shit, especially you, Katrina. You're one of them motherfuckers. I'm giving you attention because you are one of them fucking assholes that are doing this. Across the board, you don't deserve an increase in pay, you dumb bitch. Across the board, increases to pay. No, you don't deserve an increase in pay, bitch. Kill fees and revision fees must be implemented for our freelancers. No! You freelancers don't deserve shit! Especially from the translator mafia. You don't deserve shit! A competitive pay scale that allows us to hire experienced you mean from the fucking mafia! Letters, translators, designers, etc. from the inner circle must be introduced and followed. Tests must be paid and reviewed in a reasonable time frame. Clearly defined job roles and organization chart. Employees must have agreed upon a job definition with a transparent wage ladder as well as a clear organizational chart to follow. This right here, they want control. They want control. You're a bunch of entitled brats. You don't deserve anything. If you were doing your job, then I would agree with you. But you don't deserve shit. Management must not ask or expect employees to cover work outside of their job definitions. You don't deserve anything. If an employee is required to take on work outside their usual range of duties, they must be promoted accordingly and awarded a raise to compensate for additional responsibilities. You don't deserve shit. You don't. God, I'm getting a migraine. This really makes me mad. Oh, God, how much more of this bullshit do I have to deal with? Oh, my God. Okay. I'm going to power through this. Oh, God. I need water for this. Oh, God, I need a Diet Pepsi for this, but I don't want to get up. All right. Where are we? Training materials and onboarding. New hires are said to fail with insufficient processes, redundancy, and poor training. Training materials should be created to help guide new staff in their roles at Seven Seas and ensure smooth integration. Workloads must be decreased across the board to allow bandwidth and time to train new hires. God, that's common sense. A robust scheduling and admin department to prevent books from missing deadlines. Dedicated scheduling. You want what? Dedicated scheduling to okay. You motherfuckers want more money. But you want them to hire a scheduling department, which is something that management is supposed to do. Oh, God, these people. They want to raise your book prices, people. Department should be created to track progress and communicate deadline issues. This is what administrators are supposed to do. More admin should be hired to maintain our fast-growing database. Yeah, this isn't Viz! This isn't Kodansha! When the time comes, hire the people then! You don't have that much up in your data. Okay, I'm going to say this actually, because I worked at GameStop. And GameStop, we had like about 10 people, less than 10 people in our store. We had one person managing the database. We in terms of like inventory, that was the assistant manager. We had like one. Let's see, it was one manager, maybe like one or two assistant managers, like was it 3 or 4 supervisors? I forgot. I have to think about this. Like 3 supervisors and then like 4 or 5 associates. The management did all of this shit. The rest, and like split the duties among everybody. We split duties among everything. And it's like, dude, I don't understand. Is something going on in this management? I don't know what the fuck is going on. But you guys are stupid as hell. You don't know how to run anything. Management training for all managers and supervisors. Anyone in a management, they want to run everything. Go start your own publishing business. Anyone in a management role must go through training to better supervise, train, and support their staff. Go start your own publishing business, you dumb fucks. Training must be paid for by some. This is common sense. But it sounds like to me, these fuckers want to run the Seven Seas and keep publishing shitty localizations. Go run your own publisher. Start the Woke Seas publishing business. I don't know. This ain't it. Go start your own business. Go start the Feminist Mafia publisher. I don't know. Just go start Feminist Press. I don't know. Go elsewhere and go fuck up someone else's translations. Or shit, why don't you make your own manga? Make your own fucking books. Oh, you know why? Because they can't do shit. That's why. Oh, God, these people make me mad. God. Anyone in a management role must go through training to better supervise, train, and support their staff. Training must be paid for by Seven Seas, and time allocated for training must not exceed a 40-hour work week. These people make me mad. Now, this is what makes me even more mad. An end to exclusivity and anti-freelance contracts. Staff must not be excluded from taking on freelance work in their free time. You motherfuckers bitching about crunch time. You taking freelance contracts. What do you think is leading to this crunch time? You guys are stupid. Why'd you... Oh my god, these people are dumb. Ugh. Anti-harassment discrimination policies and a process for submitting grievances. Institute anti-harassment and discrimination policy and a clear process for submitting complaints. Staff should never be required to work on materials that make them uncomfortable. No, they should. You know what the staff are doing instead? They're transing characters. They're omitting the word slave from properties. Yeah, they are. They turn the word sex slaves into servants. Yep. That's just an example. And they got rid of the word mob when it's in the fucking title of the manga. Fucking bastards. Members of Seven Seas Union have not experienced any issues with harassment or discrimination to date. We strive to keep it that way. Maybe you should strive to make sure the translations are accurate. And make sure that they don't trans a character. Maybe you should be worried about offending the goddamn freaking mangaka or the author in general of the series you're translating. Have you thought about that? No, you haven't, because you're a bunch of selfish, entitled pricks. I hate these people so much. Learning about what's going on to an extent from a translator point of view really pisses me off. I really fucking hate it so much. And then they lie and say they can't speak to the author. That's a lot of bullshit. It is a lot of bullshit. If they say they can't speak to the author, then that's bullshit. Shit, I've spoken to mangaka. I tweet with mangaka all the time. So you're full of shit. Now this pisses me off even more. Bonuses and vendor gifts. End of year and end of fiscal gifts must be rewarded. You don't deserve anything. Gifts must be rewards to staff. You motherfuckers don't deserve shit. Gifts must be sent. Vendors are an obvious to maintain positive relationships and show gratitude. Why are you putting this in here? You motherfuckers don't deserve anything. You don't. You are giving you and the Starbucks union and some of these other unions are such entitled assholes. You're giving unions a bad goddamn name. And you're talking to someone that's pretty goddamn anti-union, like to a point. And I want the Japanese animators to have a union because they fucking need it. But you're giving unions a bad name because you're a bunch of entitled assholes who already pretty much have control of localizations. You do. You're a bunch of... You've got control of them. I don't understand why you're doing this. Just to get more money and to have it on paper? God. Reimbursement for costs. Oh, God, I'm getting a migraine from this shit. This shit makes me so mad. I don't tolerate bullshit. This makes me so fucking mad. It's giving me a migraine. As full reimbursement for costs. See, this is what my point. If they were working in the office, I could maybe say something. But you're a fully remote workforce. You work at home. You don't need half of this shit. You don't need half of this shit. Like for bounding in the comics, I'm going to say this. For bounding in the comics, I write about anime, I write about manga, sometimes I write about video games. Sometimes I might write about other shit. But guess what? And I got hired for writing about anime and manga. But sometimes I go out of my box if it's needed. But motherfucker, you guys, but guess what? I'm working at home. I am working fully remote. I'm not asking for reimbursements for shit. I'm not. I could. Theoretically, I could, but I don't. I could ask for health benefits. I could ask for for a pension and all this shit in the world. But I don't. And I'm a freelance writer as well. That's in the job description. But I'm not a complete prick that wants to suck my employer dry like you fuckers. See, this is why I was raised right. You fuckers were not raised right. And I was raised in a union household. Okay. I got 2 more here. Jesus Christ. Hold on, how long is this video? Oh my God, it's already 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. Okay. Interdepartment communication. Improve transparency between departments as well as quarterly updates summarizing how the company is performing, compiled by department heads and or managers. Department heads and managers must delegate non-material work, design, lettering, etc. In order to make time for administrative managerial duties. One, that's common sense, but also, if you have to, that's a lot. That should be a last resort. But most of the time, because trust me, I've had to do this when I was a supervisor. I've had to do it. Shit, I have to as a freelance writer, I have to multitask and I do my writing for bounding, and I do my recording here, and I also have to read manga to catch up with to add to the channel. It's called prioritizing. It's not hard. But you want to increase staff. Where is this money coming from? Increase staff for overburdened departments. I'm telling you, they're going to make books unaffordable. You're going to cause Seven Seas to shut down at this point. I don't even give a shit anymore. Because Seven Seas, you guys are a bunch of pussies at this point. You should just fire them. Including but not limited to print cover design and admin, frequent touch-base communication for management to ensure a reasonable and balanced workload. You should fire these fuckers. I understand why you did your union busting, because these fuckers are entitled shits. You shouldn't accept any of these terms, maybe some, but not all of these terms. They are a bunch of entitled assholes that work from home. This isn't like the Japanese translators that are getting barely paid anything. And the Japanese, just you wait until my interview with one of the Japanese English translators from Japan. Ooh, it will open up your eyes to see how fucked up these translators are. They don't deserve anything. They don't deserve to be rewarded for shitty translations. I want to make sure I have everything up here if I need anything here. This was what got me. Based on your stated goals, it seems like a lot what you were asking for comes down to a desire for clarity of expectations, consistency of processes, and criteria for success. It sounds like your working conditions involve a lot of unnecessarily unknown variables. Is this a fair assessment? And they said, yes, that's fair. Well, some of this has come to be as a result of processing failing to scale gracefully amongst exploding growth. United Workers 7 Seas firmly believes that such issues should be addressed now for the good of the No, it's not for the good of the company. It's for the good of your fucking wallets. Its employees and our readers. It's not for the good of your readers. You are full of shit. If it was for the good of your readers, you would have better translations. And you know what? You know what? Have you ever thought that maybe Seven Seas would probably pay you better if you, I don't know, provided better quality translations and not trans your goddamn characters? I'm sorry, established cross-dressing feminine male characters, Otokonoko characters, into transgender girls? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about not basically replacing sex slave with just the word servant? Have you thought about not including cringe in your fucking translations? Stop doing this shit. Stop including fucking mansplaining. Oh, God, it's so stupid. So here's what, do I want to include this? Oh, yes. here we go. So I got to include what this interview says about permalancing and crunch load, because this is very important. Here's what it means by permalancing here. So it is the practice depending on, this is what the Seven Seas Union says. Depending on someone technically classified as a freelancer to work full-time or more than full-time. A permalancer is generally expected to be available during office hours and to perform duties equal or greater than those of full-time staff. You're a freelance writer. They receive no shit, because you're a freelance writer and you signed the fucking contract. I saw one of the contracts from Seven Seas for a freelance writer. You signed the fucking contract and you didn't negotiate it. That's your fault. Stupid fucks. And you don't deserve shit. Since the full-time employees of Seven Seas Entertainment likewise receive no benefits or protections, the only difference between a permalancer and an employee at the company is how their wages are processed by accounting. A permalancer is responsible for filling self-employment taxes, for example. We are not able to speak to the rationale behind permalancing practices, as none of the members of the bargaining unit have hiring-firing power. As you shouldn't have any. You're not. It says here. You're a freelancer. You don't have any power. They can fire you whenever they want to. And they can fire you if you are not meeting up to if you're not meeting to the terms of their contract. You're fucking stupid. Okay. Let's get to the crunch time here. Okay, let's get to this one here. Let's get to the crunch time here. Because it says, can you describe what crunch looks like with your jobs? What kind of hours are you keeping during crunch time? Is crunch seasonal, monthly, weekly? We don't experience the same type of crunch patterns that manifest in, say, the video game industry. Our crunch is, this is what I thought! Our crunch is in constant flux of scrambling to mitigate problems that arise due to a lack of support for our administrators. I don't demand fucking look, I'm in a freelance, okay, and my jobs are in fucking flux as well. Like, well, I know it's different, obviously, but still, general disorganization stemming from processes that haven't upscaled effectively, and an expectation that staff be available at all hours to address issues. You work from home. You are working from home. There's an app you probably have. There's a program that I work for that I have. This is not hard. Motherfucker, this is not hard. This results in staff working unpredictable late nights and weekends, and it makes taking vacation or sick days difficult. Seven Seas, I'll say this. Vacations, that's one thing. Sick days, that's a completely different thing. That is fucked up if you are not letting them take sick days. Paid sick days, yeah, probably it depends on what the sickness is. Vacation days, if they've worked enough hours, then yeah, they probably should get paid vacation days. And that's fucked up. Sick days, that's a completely different story. But otherwise you aren't entitled to it, you dumb bitch. United Workers Seven Seas hopes to work together with Seven Seas Entertainment leadership to address the root cause of crunch. As we believe that when employees are better cared for, you aren't going to do shit when you're better cared for. You can't even do good translations now. We can perform you ain't going to perform at peak efficiency when you're putting shitty translations out. So you're telling me that the translator of I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl wouldn't be speaking to trans people for proper research? Are you fucking for real? Give me a goddamn break. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. Let's see. Okay, it says here, being an English language manga publisher, do you think the mores and customs of Japanese work life have informed expectations and working conditions at your jobs? Our current working conditions are those of a company that have expanded dramatically in the past few years without infrastructure in place to support new staff and processes. We don't believe that the situation has anything to do with Japanese work culture. I would hope that, to me, I will say makes sense. But also, I have to take what Matt said into consideration as well. And also in regards to like the translator mafia culture. But also, and this is what I'm saying in terms of like accountability for woke translations, that's what I'm looking into as well. Because of this expansion, it feels like the publishers weren't able to take accountability of the shitty translators. But anyways, I'm really curious what you guys think about this. This really frustrates me. I'm trying to see if there's anything here. Anything else here? Okay. Then there's the thing here. They said that no one should have to ask their coworkers for help with emergency medical expenses due to being uninsured. Motherfucker, if you aren't uninsured, it's called government benefits. Unless you are not in a state that... there's Obamacare, you dumbass! Like, seriously! Jesus Christ, people are stupid. Let's see... Wait, where is that shit? Oh, then let me get to the other thing here. Seven Seas has agreed to voluntarily recognize us as the union based on a majority card check. This decision by Seven Seas eliminates the need for an NLRB conduct. I'm telling you, it's this mafia, and will pave the way for more expedited path to bargaining a first contract. I swear to God, Seven Seas, do not give these people anything. At a time when many employers continue to fight the unionization of their employees, you mean the entitled fucking employees who don't deserve shit? We appreciate the Seven Seas decided to respect the voices of the majority of probably either their bullied staff or their entitled staff and recognize us. We look forward toward developing a mutually beneficial relationship, reaching a collective bargaining agreement in the near future. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. Okay, that's it. Seriously, all I'm going to say about this in conclusion is, Seven Seas, you're a bunch of pussies right now for this shit. I would have taken this with the National Labor Relations Board, and I would say these mofos have not produced quality work. They have cost us money, and they have cost us credibility. They do not deserve anything. They are a bunch of entitled brats that don't deserve anything and that are going to cost us our business. And yeah, Seven Seas, you know what? I've seen your contracts, and your contracts are crap for freelancers. But you need to clean house. You need to clean house of these fuckers. I hope you can somehow do. You need to bring up this shit. You need to bring up that these fuckers are going to cost you money. You're going to try and take control of your business, because based on those demands, that's what they're doing. They're trying to take control of your business. I don't know who's who got some dirt on you. I don't know what the fuck happened. But this is horrible. And you translators at Seven Seas, you don't deserve anything. You don't deserve anything. All you're going to do is cause Seven Seas to sink to the bottom of the goddamn ocean and screw everybody over, because you're going to cause the prices of books to go up. And everyone's going to sail the high... And people are already saying fuck you and go into the high seas anyway. So you're just making the process a lot faster. Hopefully the pieces I'm writing, I gotta share this shit with Matt and see what he says. hopefully the stuff I'm writing, I hope all of it helps. I hope it does. I hope it wakes people the fuck up and sees what is going on with you shitty ass translators. You're making, and I'm gonna say this based on what Matt told me, it makes the rest of the translators that work hard, whether they be professional or fan translators, it makes them look bad. I'm just saying. I'm very curious what you guys think. Oh, God, I feel so much better for getting that off my chest. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.